Welcome to Rauta's Reviews. Today's band is from New Zealand, which is not that often come across when it comes to metal albums, especially the kind of more extreme side. But here we have Heresiarch, or however it is pronounced, and the album called Death Ordinance. As you can see on the cover image, I hope this one is pretty brutal. There is a sort of tank on the background and some soldiers on the front engaged in a fight or battle. And this is what it is all about. Basically, this is brutal, warlike death and black metal with no boundaries. And like it says on the background, those who flee the hammer shall abide the forge. Now inside of this CD is very plain sort of lyrics, sheets, a couple of pages, info, very little here, and a cool kind of inlay image showing the war stuff here. So there's not much else to see. Kind of a symbol of the band and the track listing on the back. And that is what this Dark Descent Records album is basically all about. So Heresiarch from New Zealand was started in 2008, and now it's their time for their first album, which was released already in July. This just got lately to my postal box, mailbox, and meanwhile I've been liking quite a few Dark Descent albums. This one was a little bit of disappointment. It's not so much about the genre of this band or CD in question, but the outcome, which I think is kind of lazy. Let's put it this way. Maybe some 20 years ago, this kind of really extreme death black hybrid could have made my shit my pants or piss my pants or whatever. Maybe even more than that, 20 years, but you get my idea. But nowadays, this kind of really extreme, like let's have a really low tuned guitars, let's just play this blast beat growling out of hell, and this just evil fast tempo riffing, in the way of blasphemy and maybe some revenge and all that stuff. Maybe this would have been like, wow, these guys are really badass. But now 2017, when all this basically has been said and done, this kind of stuff is just something that is like, yeah, they play brutal, they play fast, they have these deep crawling vocals, but so what? Let's put it this way. Blasphemy made their legacy kind of because it was founded some million years ago. They were one of the pioneers, at least when it comes to Canadian death black metal. So when they had this brutal riffing and these kind of evil songs and kind of a maniac, chaotic playing style, that was not something very typical at the time. But let's put it this way: 25 years later, and you're still doing the same kind of stuff, and you're trying to be very extreme. It's like you have to have really good songs to just stand out from the crowd. Now bands like Revenge or Conqueror are really extreme still to this day what they do, but at least they have better songs. It's not like they are one of the originators or they have this really original style, but like I said, they have their own kind of way of creating music. Then again, there are bands like Black Witchery, which is yet again very brutal in a sense, but still all these feel like copycats compared to Blasphemy or bands like Archgoat. So Heresiarch, in my opinion, is bringing nothing new to the table. And the fact that they have these low-tuned guitars and playing very fast, but not ultra fast like these really technical death metal bands, for example, are doing, it is just like all the stuff is like porridge. It's mushy. It's not like you can, pick up the single guitar riffs and like, hey, this is genius. It's just brutal mass, and that's what there is. And should I have not been listening to this kind of music for like this 25 years ago, whatever, this might have made an impact. If I was like 15, this would be mind-blowing stuff, it would be just total awesome. But there's not enough good ideas on this album. When it comes to more mid-tempo parts, this band clearly shows some ideas that they could basically shine if they just could, hone their stuff, polish it a little bit more. But as it is, I think the outcome is now very mediocre in the genre, and unless you're a fanatic to this kind of boneheaded Black Death hybrid, I just think skip this one. But then again, if you are not familiar with the genre already, if you think you can still find something extreme, well, maybe you should check out Death Ordinance. In my opinion, this one is a pass. Thank you for watching, and should you have your comments, disagreements or whatever, please drop them below in the comment box and I'm happy to get back to you. That's all from me. Stay metal, stay brutal, and all that stuff.